Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to A1 Hoop Zone. Back at y'all with another one, man. But before we jump into this, make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're new. All right, let's dive into this, man. So we got a reaction video, reacting to the Lakers and the Clippers game. Obviously, my Lakers lost by 7. It was 118 to 125. Let's talk about it, man. So what do we see? We saw kind of a little bit of what I said. That this Clippers team is deep, with or without Paul George. Obviously, with him, that adds much more depth to how this roster is built. But without him, they have plenty enough to still be able to compete. You know what I mean? And Kawhi led the way. I think Kawhi had was it 25 or 27 points on his end, and then obviously he had a huge contribution from Norman Powell, who came off the bench and dropped 27 as well. So it was all around, man. They came out tons of energy. They played with a sense of urgency that they wanted this game, and we saw it, man. They came out and punched the Lakers in the mouth in the first half. I think LeBron had like 3 points or something like that in the first, and then he came alive in the second, and ended up finishing the game with 33. But again, it wasn't enough. You know what I mean? 80 lackluster performance, 17 and 11. Austin Reeves had 20, but and D'Angelo also had 15. So it was like, again, I expected AD to have a big game. Why? Obviously, he's younger than LeBron. It's a back to back, and I expected him to step up in that moment and take advantage of it. Came out flat, kind of ended the game that way as well. Yeah, I mean, and I know LeBron had a little post con a little comment about saying that the schedule makers or something, he has a beef with them. And it's like, bro, I look at it this way, man. You guys are professional athletes. It's your job and your duty to have yourself in the best shape possible to be able to go out there and play back to backs. That's why you have a 11 or 12 man roster. That's why you should be able to utilize and find ways to rest within the game. Again, a lot of that comes on the shoulders of Darvin Ham as well. You know what I mean? Coaching definitely plays a part as far as being able to find rest within the game so your players are rested when having a back to back, especially again when it's a game of this magnitude that has playoff implications on it. You know what I mean? So now what do we do? We see 7 and 8 seed. The Lakers and Pelicans are tied up with the same record right now. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Clippers, obviously, they leapfrog over the Warriors, so they moved up to the fifth. Warriors dropped to the sixth. Still identical records, but the Clippers have the tiebreaker in that series, which is why they moved up. But nonetheless, man, good game. Definitely something, like I said, Russ was going to come out instead of having a chip on his shoulder. He had a bag on his shoulder, and and you got to see it. You know what I mean? They dared him to shoot jumpers, and he made them. You know what I mean? So hats off to them. Like I said, Russ probably definitely had a little bit more on the engine side of this of one of some major get back. Bones Highland, they were all those guys came out and they played huge, man. They just wanted it more. Again, they've had plenty of rest coming into this game. I mean, they didn't play since like the weekend. I think it was like Saturday. So they had tons of rest to be able to come in this game well rested, and they definitely put it on the Lakers. You know what I mean? Lakers had spurts and moments where they made some runs, but they just weren't able to kind of stay into it. And I'm not going to make any excuses on their behalf. You know what I mean? Again, you're professional athletes. It falls on it falls on everybody's shoulders. That responsibility and accountability falls on everybody. You know what I mean? So it's enough blame to be shared there. But again, got to bounce back. Got to what I'm saying, regroup, focus, and make sure what I'm saying, we knock out these next two games to solidify that spot. If not, try and move up again because we're still only a game or two out. So obviously it takes the Warriors, playing ball with us. And what I mean by that, by losing a couple of games in order for us to kind of move up to avoid the play-in tournament altogether. But then again, as long as this team is healthy, man, they're going into the playoffs playing the best brand of basketball that they can come out and do. I feel confident with our chances, but we'll have to wait and see, man. But again, saw some glaring issues. Right off the bat, to me, the defensive efforts definitely lackluster. One thing that pointed out to me the most as well is seeing D'Angelo Russell not understanding, defensive positioning, not understanding defensive angles. That's something that's definitely going to be an issue, you know what I'm saying, in the playoffs when they have a guard that is quick, you know what I mean, like a De'Aaron Fox, like a Steph Curry, like a, let's just say the Mavericks make it like a Kyrie, a lot of people can't really guard Kyrie like that, but I think you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. It's just he needs to force his guy middle to where the help is. Instead, I saw he took a couple of terrible angles on Bones Highland and on Normal Powell, supposed to be an help side defender, and he just took a terrible angle and they blew right past him. So again, something he has to work on. I know he's still getting back from injury and things of that nature, but again, just something they need to have that conversation with and be able to build that trust from a defensive communication standpoint. You know what I mean? But overall, like I said, man, it was a high intensity game. Clippers were definitely in control of this game for the major part of it. Didn't really feel as if the Lakers were going to be able to overcome the lead that they had in the second half. They got close a little bit, but it never was in doubt. You know what I mean? Like that the run was going to be something that was really truly threatening. You know what I mean? Powell was kind of stomping that out, the momentum. The same with Bones Highland as well. So again, shouts out to the Clippers for a good game, and we're on to the next, man. But that's all I got for y'all, man. I appreciate y'all stopping through. Make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're new. Leave a comment in the comment section. I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of y'all. And if you wish to support the channel, that information is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. It's also in the description of the video. Again, man, I appreciate you stopping through, and I'll catch y'all on another one, man.